Well, we got two great speakers today. One is Ali Taj. We all love Sharon Quirk-Silva, the Assemblywoman, done lots of great things in her 12 years in the Assembly, but this is her last term. She's termed out for the term limits. And she has endorsed Mr. Taj here, Mayor Taj, to take her place. He's the mayor of Artesia, and he just also got the endorsement of Adam Schiff, our new senator, U.S. Senator. Senator Schiff said, Ali Taj is an American success story who's fighting to help others realize their dreams. As an assembly member, he'll partner with me to defend democracy, expand economic opportunities for working families, and protect reproductive health care rights. That's all true, right?
Yeah.
And then he said some nice things about Adam. Ali is the only candidate to have filed a December 31st campaign report for the race, showing over 213,000 in the bank without any debt. He's also, I think, the only candidate in this race not to vote against us. This club, and I can go on, but right now he's Artesia's mayor with over a decade of public service experience. Known for his collaborative approach and dedication to community improvement, he's consistently worked to enhance public safety, promote economic development, and advocate for education, affordable housing, and homelessness. He served as the president of the League of California Cities, and he would be the first known Pakistani-born member of the California legislature. So I give you Ali Taj.
Thank you. Thank you, taking everywhere for the introduction, right? Thank you, Bert. My name is Ali Taj, and I serve as mayor for the city of Artesia. I also want to give a shout out to my council member who served with me at Anaheim Council. So thank you so much for being here. And here's also those five candidates as well, besides Sharon and several others. A little bit about myself. Yes, I was born in Pakistan, raised in Pakistan. I moved to the US in 1999. When I came here, I had a degree in economics and political science and a master's in public administration. But for 6 months, I could not find a job. I was either overqualified or underqualified for my resume. So I was mopping floors, washing dishes, flipping hamburgers. And this is a real story. First job I got was basically those jobs. And another job that I got was working for Good Guys. Back in the day, those Good Guys. Selling electronics for $4.25 an hour. Can't buy a hamburger for $4.25 an hour. So I worked my way up. Put myself through financial schooling and was able to land a job as a financial advisor with American Express Financial Services. But those 6 months were really frustrating for me because that was not the American dream that I was told about. That was not. But guess what? That was the best thing that happened to me when I looked at. Because that taught me mopping floors, washing dishes, that taught me so much about it. Where I am today is that because of those 6 months. So I worked my way with American Express to be a financial advisor. Then I took a route to be the manager of the branch, district manager, then all the way up to vice president of American Express Financial Services. And that was very hard to get there. Very, very hard. But I put in a lot of work to get there. And then right after that, in 2013, was the first time when I ran for the office. And the reason I ran for the office was because Artesia was the place that really opened up its arm to really welcome me. And Artesia was going through some financial issues, financial trouble since 2008. They were not able to recover. With my background in finance and management, that was the time when I thought it would be a good time for me to come on the council and work with the council and perhaps be able to really put Artesia from red to black. So, yes. So that was the time, and that's the first time when I ran in 2013. I had no political experience, never done any campaign, never worked with any elected official. It was like sink or swim. That was the first time when I ran. And I was told that, you'll never make it, maybe second or third time. And I did not get any endorsement, none whatsoever. And I said, that's okay. I put my savings into it. I ran. And I knocked each and every door 3 times. And then the 4th time when I won, I went and said thank you to everybody. So that was my way to win the election, was to just knock each and every door. Does not matter to me whether that person was D, R, or independent. I knocked each and every. Then when I won for the first time, I went for the 4th time to say thank you to everybody. And everybody said, well, look, nobody comes around for the 4th time. Everybody's like, thank you. So anyway, that was 2013, was the first time when I ran, and I won the first time. And right after that, I got myself engaged with, just like it was shared earlier, League of California Cities, which actually serves all 483 cities of California. And it's an association, and I served as a president just last year. It's very hard to get there, but I was able to do that. And that's where I started building a relationship with Sharon Quirk-Silva. So the reason I'm running is because, I came here with nothing. I worked my way up. But even at that time, I was able to put down some money and buy a house. I have a son. He's happily married, lives in the city of Philadelphia, and has a daughter, 1-year-old. I have a granddaughter, 1-year-old. We just celebrated her birthday. His wife, she does bridal makeup, and he works in business. They cannot buy a house. They both work. They can't buy a house. This dream was possible when I came. This is slipping away. It is drifting. I want to help my son. I want to help each and every son, each and every daughter be able to afford the middle class, the gap of the middle class, upper middle class, middle class, lower middle class is rising. I want to make that sure that we are able to serve it. Housing is a big issue. It's a huge issue. For me, education is a big issue. That's what I'm running for. But
my husband and I, as well as a lot of other people in here, are advocates for our homeless population.
yes.
So what, as Artesia, what is Artesia regarding homeless people?
That's a great question, and Artesia is an example in LA County that we are, I'm not gonna say we are zero, but we are one of the lowest in LA County when it comes to homeless. And what we have done, let me share with you. We have a local 30-person commission, and we also have law enforcement. We have other people who are part of that commission, who actually sit on that commission. If we see someone who is out there, who is new, coming to our town, we actually take them, get them showered, take them to a home or something. We try to help that person with conversation, try to get that person to a place where it's more comfortable for that person. You do not see many homeless people in city of location. But those are things that we have done and we continue to do. And let's say if it is by a gas station, that gas station would text me, take a picture and let me know, or let others know, or the council. We are very proactive, very, very proactive with that. But we have done very adequate steps to take care of homeless. And we get a lot of homeless, not ingrown, but we get from other cities and towns, which are neighboring. Because they know Artesia has no homeless issue.
Do you have shelters?
We don't have shelter. Our next door city, Bellflower, has shelters. Yes.
My friend Mark Herbert over here.
Yeah.
How was Artesia done with its housing element in the California Housing Authority?
We are pretty good.
Are you good?
Yes, we're good.
They're pretty good.
We're good. I'd like to.
I already looked it up.
Having a legal piano over here.
We are in green. We are balanced budget. We have a surplus, good revenue stream. all that is, not gonna go to be the windfall.
You better keep re-electing.
Jose and then Ken.
Personally, thank you for being here tonight, and we also want to thank you that in Anaheim, when the company was coming down hard on a lot of people in our city to stay away from people like us. And me in particular on the council, you always stood by my side, of course, when folks were challenging, moving away from endorsing or supporting or publicly even taking pictures, shaking hands in public. You always presented yourself, and I thank you for that. It's a tough place
And
to be.
I'm proud to share with you.
Yeah. So, two questions. I mean, you and I talked about this early on, when you first called me a few months ago, and proud to support you. Is when you said that, if elected, you would support, universal health care for all Californians. Is that still true? Of course. Okay. And second, that,
Single payer, right?
yes, so, what is it, California Medicare for all? I guess. I don't know how we say it. And why that matters is if the state does, if we do that, it saves school districts a lot of money on benefits and health insurance, takes that off the negotiating table, allows budgets to go into salaries and programs for kids. Cities save a lot of money, as you know. Health benefits is huge. People deserve it, but if the state, all of us take that on, then city budgets can then focus more on kids and families and neighborhoods and whatnot. So, the second is that on this, you said if it comes before us, absolutely, I will champion something like that. So to be fair, you can say you would introduce it, but you would support a statewide inclusionary housing law, where we have it in cities, right? We have it in cities, but a lot of cities don't do it because they say, well, if I do it, the developers will build housing next door. But if the whole state requires every housing development to have 10, 15, 20% affordable housing, then there isn't this, the neighbors will then do it, won't do it, then we'll lose the housing. So is that still the case, you would support a bill or legislation that would come forth requiring that every development in California have a proportion affordable housing? First.
Sure, water.
Most affordable versus. The state's affordable metric, like Orange County, for example, it's based off of median income, so Orange County, that's upward of $89,000.
Yeah, but
Is it affordable for people who make the minimum wage?
If it's affordable, anywhere from people will make about 40,000 or so.
40,000?
Yeah, 35, 40,000 a year. Yes.
The average apartment, one-bedroom apartment in Anaheim goes for $2,100 a month. Over at the Gallery Apartments, a few blocks from here, we tried to get a place, and this is true a lot of places. You have to have an income of $68,000 a year to rent there. They won't even look at you unless your income's that high. My informal observation, there are hundreds of units in Anaheim that are vacant. If you look at the new units over near Walmart, there are no lights on after work. If you look at many of the units surrounding Vons over there, the new units, there are no lights on after dark. If you look at Gallery Apartment, 300 units, there are no lights on after dark. What I've heard is that hedge funds buy these huge apartment complexes, and they get huge tax write-offs by keeping them vacant. And this is done with full knowledge of our progressive Democratic Party legislators. There is a bill in the, well, there was actually in 2023 to address this issue somewhat. We really need to press our legislators. Something has to be done to make empty units available.
So statewide tenants' rights groups such as Tenants Together have advocated for the repeal of Costa-Hawkins so that cities can enact strong rent control and tenants' right protections on things that aren't covered, such as buildings where the landlord lives aren't covered by rent control, and single-family homes aren't covered by rent control. And it failed on ballot measure last year due to billions of dollars being spent by the apartment association. Do you support the repeal of Costa-Hawkins so that cities can?
I'm not looked into it.
No, you're not aware of this issue?
I have not looked into it. I can,
But it was on the ballot last year, so.
yeah, I can get back to you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
say.
California passed its form of remedy. And they left the enforcement up to the individual parties. So what is Artesia doing?
Well, it's full by enforcing the state law,
Law.
intent protection law.
Right. We are.
Okay.
Wait, can we clarify that? I don't think they did affect the city.
The state laws have no enforcement
Yeah, that's no
mechanism.
question.
Right, so the cities can choose to adopt it and use their own resources to enforce it. There's no
We have
state
not.
resources.
Yeah, we're trying to make that.
So the city of Artesia doesn't,
We have not.
use its own
We have
resources.
not taken any position.
So it leaves all the rent control enforcement up to tenants themselves to bring it to court, to prove it in court, rather than have something like a rental, like a tenant landlord. So Artesia remains up to the tenant themselves.
Thank you for coming, Ollie.
Thank you.
And I
Thanks for
hope,
having me.